Wubba lubba dub dub! Any Rick and Morty fans out there? Of course it is, I mean it's awesome. So today I'll be going over Scarlet Roger. Now Scarlet being not only her colour, but the species macaw she's based after, and Roger referencing Captain Hook's Jolly Roger. I'll be going over the likes and dislikes of this, also her bio, and maybe a little bit of self-promotional, shameless, sort of stuff at the end there. So Scarlet is 17, she's a faunus based after a Scarlet macaw, she's a student at Beacon Academy. Scarlet is ambidextrous, however her left hand is robotic from the wrist down. Scarlet's personality is like a macaw, very very talkative and loud, however she rambles and just goes on and on. Aside from that, she is sarcastic, she repeats things and mimics them. She is also very stubborn, she won't outright ask for help or admit to being wrong. Scarlet is also very impatient. While she doesn't get angry, she gets annoyed and agitated, and she will voice it. Her type of style is very on the fly, having a harder time sticking to one thing. She's adaptable and less words. Of course, this has gotten better, hard not to practice caution after losing a hand. Actually, that's another thing, she's very determined. There's always been a carefree vibe around her, but she generally shapes up in fighting, to an extent. She's never had a goal in becoming a huntress, just an unnamed driving force. In this voiceover, I'm not going to go over her likes and dislikes, neither her strengths or weaknesses or anything like that. However, if you want to read all this, I'll put the link down in the description and then you can go read it. So I'm going to move on to semblance now. Scarlet's semblance is being able to make explosions in a small area. It's hard for her to aim, so she uses the linear gun on the sparking cannon, which is her weapon, to help her concentrate. It shoots a spark, more flashy than actually harmful. It allows Scarlet to focus on it. It takes a second, so she's vulnerable for that second or two. A special ability of hers that's not her semblance is her ability to mimic people's voices. She's good at it too. Tones, accents, just about anything. Of course there's something off, but it's not always obvious. Scarlet's semblance is being able to make explosions in a small area. It's hard for her to aim, so she uses the linear gun on the sparking cannon, which is her weapon, to help her concentrate. It shoots a spark, more flashy than actually harmful. It allows Scarlet to focus on it. It takes a second, so she's vulnerable for that second or two. A special ability of hers that's not her semblance is her ability to mimic people's voices. She's good at it too. Tones, accents, just about anything. Of course there's something off, but a brief history. As a kid, she grew up on the northern coast of Vale with 4 siblings, 2 younger brothers, an older brother, and an older sister. Both her parents graduated from a hunter academy, so did an abundance of jobs along the coast, fishing, hunting, grim, transportation, you name it. It wasn't exactly because they were poor, they were just a busy family. It wasn't out of the ordinary for Scarlet to go to Beacon as a kid, as her older brother was in the process of going through the prior schools, and her parents were more than happy to teach her. They were a determined family. That was obvious. Her late childhood and early pre-teen years were spent learning about different types of fighting techniques, different weapons and how they work, along with trying to unlock her semblance, along with school of course. Then comes the event when she was 12, almost 13, on a family boat with her parents, her mother steering the boat enough to make it rock, and her father and Scarlet sword playing with 6, who was to teach her how to stay balanced and still be able to fight. A very valuable skill, in my opinion. Not too long into the exercise, a serpent made itself known by knocking on the side of the boat and perching above the water. Of course, little Scarlet is terrified, but her parents almost think nothing of it, grabbing their personal weapons and shouting orders to each other. Now, the original author of this has just a work in progress part. She basically loses her left wrist to the hit serpent and then hates snakes, but she also has a sudden reason to actively kill Grim and then becomes more determined. Now I'm going to go over some of the things I like and dislike about this OC. Now, likes first. Obviously, this whole character was brilliantly designed. I mean, the whole macaw theme, the colours that worked really well with it, and incorporating the scarf into this, and I forgot to put in the lovely jewels on the side of her coat there, but that's my fault. That was completely my fault. But the colours worked really, really well, especially as the fact that she also didn't put a really vivid colour for the eyes, and I think that worked really well. However, I would like to see like a dull blue or something like that, just to coordinate with the colours of the scarf and things like that, and to add a little bit more pop into it. I had a lot of trouble trying to get the eyebrows right here. I'm sorry if it looks kind of awful. I really wanted to get that sort of thick bushy eyebrow that she has in the original picture. Now, another thing that I needed to discuss about this, and it's not necessarily a bad thing at all, I mean, I love this OC, it's just the fact that there is some sort of delay between me understanding what people would like and how things are supposed to be proportioned on the body and things like that. In the original picture, and you'll be able to see it for yourself because I'll put it in the link in the description, is that it just didn't have a very clear full body picture, and I at least need some sort of detailing or something like that to help me along that. That's the only thing I just, it's a pet peeve, I guess. I don't know. I love the way that the hair was also done. I haven't done this type of style before, all the way pushed back or anything like that, and I really wanted to get that sort of glossy effect onto it, and I tried to transfer that onto the tail feathers, but it didn't really work. I would like to see a lot more bird faunuses, but then again, you never know. I mean, there's some out there, and I guess people think that it would be, what's the word, overpowered or something like that. I don't know, or maybe people just don't like it. I don't know. However, I would like to see a little bit more on that. No, all in all, I think this was a really, really well thought out OC, and I really congratulate the original person who did this. Their name is Set Witty Name on DeviantArt, and I'll obviously put the link in the description to their site. And I just have to congratulate them because they did a fabulous job. Now, last and least, obviously, is my shameless self-advertising. For the moment, I'm not doing requests. I'm just focusing on my commissions. If you want to commission me, go ahead. You can find that on my DeviantArt. I also take PayPal. You just have to message me. I'll put my work email in this one as well, so you can email me there. So if you want to get a commission from me, go ahead. I will also respond to you in the comments, and if you're really nice to me, maybe I'll have a raffle winner and we can see who wins the raffle there, so I'll do a request from them. Alrighty, I'll see you all later. I hope you're having a good day, and I'm out.